KASPA Coin, the rising whisper of the market. A global look at today's surge. Welcome back to our channel. Leave your comment. Messages started pouring in early this morning from New York, Berlin, Tokyo, and even Nairobi, all asking the same question in different tones. Is KASPA really waking up for good this time? It's the kind of buzz that only happens when something in the crypto jungle suddenly moves against the tide. For weeks, KASPA had been sleeping quietly around the 5 to 6 cent zone, barely catching the headlines. But today, that silence broke. The coin jumped, gently but confidently, and the market tilted its head like a curious dog smelling profit in the air. From traders on Reddit shouting, "KASPA to the moon," to analysts writing cautious optimism on X, one thing is clear. This coin refuses to go unnoticed anymore. In a digital world ruled by hype, FOMO, and the occasional rug pull, KASPA's story feels different, raw, technical, and quietly powerful. And today, its chart looked like a pulse that had just been shocked back to life. Across the Atlantic, Marcus from Germany, a crypto YouTuber known for roasting altcoins, tweeted something that got attention. KASPA is like that quiet student who suddenly tops the class. You laugh, then you check your grades. That's exactly the mood of the market right now. Everyone's double-checking their portfolios to make sure they didn't overlook this quiet giant. But let's rewind for a moment. KASPA isn't some new kid in the block. It's built on a powerful piece of technology, the block DAG, a design that doesn't just process transactions, it sprints through them like a caffeinated cheetah. Unlike Bitcoin's single-chain structure, block DAG lets multiple blocks coexist and confirm in parallel, making KASPA one of the fastest decentralized networks on Earth. It's the kind of tech that quietly scares the competition, even when they pretend not to notice. Now, when prices rise, people love to come up with stories. Some say it's whales accumulating. Others say it's the perfect storm of hype meeting fundamentals. But when we dig into the data, KASPA's rise this week makes sense. Volume has been creeping up since last weekend. Wallet addresses are increasing. Developers are shipping updates faster than usual. And perhaps most importantly, the coin's community hasn't lost faith even in its dull days. That loyalty is now turning into momentum. Meanwhile, in the US, crypto analyst Chloe Martin told Bloomberg Crypto, KASPA is doing something subtle but important. It's proving that utility and innovation can still drive price, even in a meme-driven market. She's right. While others chase frog coins and dog coins for short thrills, KASPA has been quietly proving that fundamentals still matter. And as the market begins to mature again after a chaotic 2024, investors are starting to reward that patience. Let's talk numbers. As of this writing, KASPA trades around $0.062, up from roughly $0.059 just 24 hours ago. It's not a massive jump, but it's how it moved that's getting attention. The rise came with strong volume and minimal retracement, which means people are buying and holding, not just trading for a quick flip. That's the mark of a growing belief system. In Tokyo, crypto trader Hiroshi Tanaka laughed on a live stream and said, "KASPA reminds me of sushi. It looks simple, but it's all in the technique." The chat exploded with laughing emojis, but his analogy makes sense. KASPA's success is hidden in its structure. It's not trying to shock the market with a viral mascot or celebrity endorsement. It's playing the long game, precision, consistency, and time. Europe, on the other hand, has taken a slightly more formal tone. Financial Times tech column this morning mentioned KASPA briefly under emerging layer, one assets gaining traction. That's big. Getting a mention in that paper isn't about hype, it's about recognition. When traditional financial media starts quietly watching you, it means something's shifting under the surface. And yet, the best part of this story isn't the numbers or the headlines, it's the vibe. Crypto runs on vibes as much as it does on charts. The vibe right now feels like late 2020, when a few believers whispered about Solana before it exploded, or when early holders of Avalanche couldn't stop smiling during lunch breaks. KASPA's current energy has that same flavor. calm confidence mixed with contagious excitement. Let's not sugarcoat it though. Crypto is never a straight line. Today's green candle could be tomorrow's red splash. But what sets KASPA apart is how it handles both. Every dip in its history has attracted new believers, and every rise has carried less noise but more conviction. That's how solid ecosystems behave, not with panic, but with patience. If we zoom out to the broader market, Bitcoin is currently showing signs of stability above $60,000. That's like the sun for the entire ecosystem. When Bitcoin shines steady, smaller stars like KASPA get a chance to glow brighter. The altcoin season hasn't officially started, but KASPA's early moves are teasing what might be coming next. Back in the US, investor forums are buzzing. One Reddit user wrote, "KASPA feels like early Cardano, but without the drama." Another replied, "Nah bro, it's like Bitcoin speed on Ethereum's caffeine." Whatever the comparisons, they all point to the same truth. KASPA has entered the conversation of serious contenders. Now, let's talk predictions, carefully, because in crypto, prediction is half math, half magic. Based on its current volume, network activity, and market sentiment, analysts suggest that KASPA could easily retest the $0.075 to $0.085 zone if bullish momentum continues this week. That might sound modest, but it's actually huge in percentage terms, especially considering KASPA's massive circulating supply. The coin isn't designed for overnight 100x pumps. It's engineered for steady, believable growth. A trader from Lagos joked on Telegram, "KASPA is that one friend who doesn't shout, but still gets invited to every party, because everyone knows he'll show up on time." That's the charm of it. KASPA doesn't promise moonshots. It promises reliability, and that's a rare thing in crypto these days. In Asia, particularly in South Korea, retail traders have started picking it up again. Korean exchanges like Upbit and Bithum have shown increasing KASPA volume, and that's usually a precursor to a major move. Historically, Korean markets tend to ignite price rallies when they collectively focus on a single asset. Ask anyone who traded XRP or Dogecoin in 2021. So, is KASPA ready for its big run? Maybe not yet, but it's definitely warming up the engines. Market watchers are calling this a pre-pump accumulation phase, where smart investors start loading before the crowd notices. If history repeats itself, we might look back at this week as the calm before a storm of green candles. Now here's the funny part. Some traders on X, formerly Twitter, are already arguing over what to call the next rally. KASPA Conquest, Catastrophe, for bears, are my personal favorite. The KASPA Comeback Chronicles. Crypto culture never fails to mix finance with memes. And in a way, that humor keeps the market human. Because behind every chart, there's emotion, greed, fear, hope, curiosity, all dancing together in digital rhythm. Let's be honest, KASPA has one of the strongest grassroots communities in the game. No bots, no paid hype, just passionate people who believe in the tech and the vision. That's what made Bitcoin and Ethereum unstoppable. Real communities with real conviction. When that same energy powers a new generation project like KASPA, it's hard not to pay attention. As the sun sets in Europe and the markets quiet down, KASPA's global holders are still awake, some watching charts, others chatting in Discord, others simply smiling knowing they picked something. That finally seems to be moving. It's more than price. It's validation. It's that small, satisfying feeling of saying, "I told you so," to every friend who said, "It's just another altcoin." From a technical point of view, KASPA's recent breakout above 6 cents is critical. That level acted as resistance for days, and now it's turning into support. If it holds above it for the next 48 hours, traders expect a smooth climb towards 7 cents. Market structure looks healthy. RSI is in a neutral zone, and buying pressure is increasing, a textbook example of a growing bullish trend. And yet, every trader knows that markets love to test patience. Don't be surprised if a sudden dip comes to shake out the weak hands. It happens all the time. But in KASPA's case, even the dips are starting to look like buying opportunities. That's the beauty of strong fundamentals. They turn fear into strategy. So where could this story go next? Imagine a few months from now, KASPA gets listed on a major new exchange, or maybe a big partnership drops. Prices climbed steadily past 10 cents, then 12 cents, and suddenly the same traders who ignored it are scrambling to catch the train. That's how most success stories in crypto begin, quietly, almost invisibly, until one day everyone's talking about it like it was obvious all along. But for now, the mood is simple, optimistic realism. People aren't screaming moon yet, but they're smiling again. KASPA's charts are glowing, its network is humming, and the market's whisper is getting louder. This one might just be different. And maybe, just maybe, years from now, when crypto historians write about the comeback era of 2025, they'll mention how KASPA, the quiet coin with lightning speed, reminded the world that real technology doesn't need to scream to be heard. Because at the end of the day, it's not the loudest projects that win. It's the most consistent ones. Let me say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and leave your comment.